Hello, and welcome back for another pair of 25-minute fights down in the furious foyers of Perfidious Manor in Darkest Dungeon. And apparently the new Darkest Dungeon paradigm is that every fight is officially scheduled for a full 12 rounds now. There are no other ways that fights can be arranged. Unless one party is rendered incapable of continuing, there will be a full 36 minutes of fighting per fight. Are those 36 minutes going to have the excitement of, say, a Mayweather versus McGregor fight? No, probably not. But damn it, they'll be every single bit as long, possibly even longer, and maybe even less exciting. Which, I gotta say, the Mayweather-McGregor thing, I didn't watch it live, but I did see a replay. Excuse me. And am I the only one who was, kind of found that boring? Am I the only one who was bored by that fight? Okay, we're never giving those ladies blood ever again. They always give us two worthless trinkets. If I'm giving you blood, you gotta come up and give me something better than this. I'm not even... no more blood for them. That's all I'm gonna say. But am I the only one who was bored by Mayweather-McGregor? Nothing happened. I mean, he just kind of jabbed and flicked and bounced around, and then it was every single bit as boring as every boxing match I've ever seen, with the exception of those that had Arturo Gatti in it, because that guy knew actually what it was to be a prize fighter. He brought it all to the ring and put it on the table. Arturo Gatti is how you fight. He's a prize fighter who was actually good at his job. He's also dead now and wound up getting strangled by his girlfriend with a leather strap or something, so maybe he's not the best example of the way to live your life. But if you're a professional fighter, he's a damn good example of how to be good at your job. I digress. It was just, it was kind of standard fare, and I was really expecting... What, are you gonna give me the Crimson Curse? Oh, darn. What a problem. We have been reduced to under half of our health, which means that our first punch in the next fight is gonna do catastrophic damage to our foes. That's the best trap ever. Okay, well, the shuffle is, honestly, in this case, not the end of the world. So, who's getting uppercut like a schmuck ass? We can't uppercut you. Alright, well. If this bleed sticks, he's dead, and we critical healed ourselves for a little bit of free stress relief. Beautiful. Perdita. Drop a train on that, man. A little bit of health back for you. Perdita was a little injured, so getting the health is nice. Maddening Wine. We are worried about possibly our plague doctor catching the Crimson Curse.
For the slightest lapse in
debuff.
Concentration.
Yeah, no Crimson Curse. We'll get back to the McGregor fight thing and just like
decimated.
I gotta focus a little bit. I don't want to wind up getting the thirsted. Your stun resistance is terrible. I'm actually gonna go ahead and stun you. I don't want anybody else getting hit with that attack. I do not want one of my untainted people getting tainted with the Crimson Curse. Those that already have the Crimson Curse, fine, you can abide it, but I don't really need any more people who require blood on a basically daily basis.
A devastating blow.
That was a great shot from Perdita. Probably we should have focused more on healing there, because we do still have one party member who is relatively grievously injured, but it's okay. We're good so far. That guy just does damage, so not the end of the world. There's a kill for Malvolio, and we can leave this guy... no, you know what? I keep thinking these guys are 2 tiles wide so that we can fight them for a while without Terry penalty, and then I remember, no, they actually aren't 2 tiles wide. There really is no way for us to fight them without Terry penalty. Start putting some damage on you. Got the bleed to stick, that's good. AoE heal seems appropriate here. Othello once again refusing to cooperate. But to get back to the... Who's bleeding? You are quite a bit. To get back to the McGregor... Well, not necessarily specifically the McGregor-Mayweather fight. It's just an example of what I feel like is wrong with professional boxing these days. It's dull. There are never upsets. Every contract is so heavily adjudicated that you always know what you're gonna get going into the fight. There are never any surprises, never any big upsets. It's dull. And it takes forever. A boxing match takes... Okay. Is that a thing you can just do? Huh. And so you just chose to throw a restoration at our boy? Alright. But boxing matches take forever. They're gonna go the full 12 rounds because, again, nothing really exciting ever happens in boxing anymore. And I kind of feel like maybe it's why MMA has made sort of the advances that it has. I'm not a big MMA fan. In fact, I'm not really much of like any kind of blood sport or gladiatorial combat of any variety kind of guy. Just it's not really my thing. I don't watch a lot of it. I used to watch some boxing when I was younger, but I wouldn't really say like I'm a huge fan or an aficionado or anything.
Vigor is restored.
Yeah, stress relief. It's just the one reason I think maybe MMA is making some inroads into the boxing sort of paradigm is the fact that it doesn't take as long. MMA matches compared to a boxing match are ridiculously short. They're considerably shorter. MMA rounds are what, like 3 rounds, I think? Key of Anger, red. Only through rage will the passage open. So we finally found it then. Well, something's got to go. I'm thinking we eat the food. I need the inventory slot. Eat the food. Give me the red. You're full. All right, Malvolio, eat that. Don't let it go to waste. That would be foolhardy. So we found the red key, which means we got to backtrack all the way back to the door. All right. But it feels like you're wasting, and you are wasting. You are not wasting. We can walk a little bit here. Craving. Oh, you're now craving. Right, so we have 1 craving, 1 wasting. Anyway, I feel like that's why MMA is really making a lot of inroads into the whole boxing universe. And I know people are like, oh, boxing is on its way out. Then, you know, maybe they're right. It's really pretty goddamn boring when you think about it. Mayweather, McGregor, possibly one of the greatest hype fights of all time. And what actually happened in that fight? They just sort of felt each other out for the first 4 rounds. Nothing really happened at all. McGregor, like, showed some aggression, if you want to call it that. Really, I think he was just trying to move forward to maybe keep Mayweather on his heels a little bit. Worried about getting caught with 1 big punch. And then, other than that, it was basically just like, you know, watching 2 sparring partners sort of feel each other out, and then nothing really happened. Oh, but McGregor got TKO'd. You know what happened? McGregor just got tired, and he was laying on the ropes, and then Mayweather hit him with some punches. Mayweather didn't win the fight. He didn't outfight him. It was until McGregor was basically passed out from exhaustion. The fight was pretty damn even. It was just like nothing important happened. No real significant blows were really exchanged. Nobody was ever, until McGregor passed out from a lack of oxygen in his bloodstream. It was dull. I guess at least the pay-per-view fans got their money's worth, though, because, I mean, it did take a while. It wasn't like one of the old-school fights where it was over in, like, 9.5 seconds. So, I mean, from a pay-per-view standpoint, I guess it was great. And, hey, you know, Floyd Mayweather could probably use the money. He's got a lot of legal bills to pay these days, so that's good. Got a lot of practice punching women in elevators, too. It's got to be good for your rope-a-dope skills. I'd get, So this is an empty room? The hell? What was the purpose of opening that door? We opened a door into an empty room. Did we not just open a door into an empty room? Because it kind of feels like we just opened a door into an empty room. Yeah, we just opened a door into an empty... I am confused as I've ever been. Is that... Okay, so is that like a shortcut? Is that what we've done? We opened a Dark Souls-style shortcut here? We already freed our hidden prisoner. We're going to get in a hallway fight, which is fine. We're taking a lot of stress from just walking around. We need to get some stress relief. This is a bad fight, actually. Alright, we got to get some of these guys dead and quick, because they hit hard, they hit fast, they hit often. It's not good. Pile all the punishment on one dude, alright? I just want to try and get one of these guys dead before they wreck us. Give me the Jacques. Okay, we got 5. We got 10 damage. This guy's 17 health. We need 7 out of the Jacques. We'll get it. There it is. Alright, so we got 1 kill. One guy softened up a little bit.
On its own.
That was the buried blast. Just no criticals is really all I care about. We gotta keep an eye out for stress relief. These guys really do just do damage, so it would be a good opportunity for us to go for some stress relief. The problem is, they kind of do too much damage for us to just ignore. We can't afford to ignore them because they just hit too damn hard. Macbeth got a little skewer here. We could cure the bleed, but I think instead we're gonna just err on the side of killing someone else. Which we, by the way, did not do. The critical heal was nice, but... Yep, we didn't do that. Okay, that's real bad. And the death's door, that's just cost... Yeah, okay, and we're bleeding. Perfect. Well, Macbeth, please don't win a speed roll. And we're gonna go ahead and restore you. I honestly don't know if that could still have the chance to kill us. It can't now, because now we're off death's door, but we've got the debuff. You're already dead, so you're gonna have fatal damage regardless of what we do. Let's... I actually meant to smite this man. Alright, you're gonna battlefield medicine. One, to get rid of the bleed. Two, because you can actually use the heal. Subterranean skewer on Malvolio is fine. In fact, I think we'll let that one cook. Oh, he's bleeding 7 per? He has... Whoa. Okay, that's actually a huge bleed. And I'm going to leave it because I want to cure it. I don't actually want to walk around with that going on. I need to get rid of that before we get out of this fight. You got to throw a big heal at Lady Macbeth. I really would have liked to have seen more than 7 out of you there. And then we let Othello go for the kill.
Maintain the offensive.
You have some manner of debuff. Get rid of that. Give me the 750. The 750 gold and the emerald at least we could take advantage of. And now we got to start worrying about stress a little bit. We're kind of approaching heart attack territory. We got a room battle up here. There's an empty room up there. I don't know why I'm going to this room. Other than I feel like maybe we've missed something. We're finding these treasure chests, and we got these weird keys that do stuff, but we're not exactly sure what it is. If we burn this throbbing cocoon, that's stress relief, right? Yeah, okay. Minus 30 stress is extraordinarily helpful. So maybe it's worthwhile to go around and hit these cocoons for the stress relief, if nothing else. You are back to wasting again? You're wasting. You know what? You can tough it out for one more room. Dig our way through the crumbling pillar. And then we're going to give you the blood, which should give you bloodlust. Nope, passive. I don't understand the bloodlust thing. I guess it's you only get bloodlust if they get blood at craving? Is that how it works? Nice start for Perdita. That's going to leave... Okay, so that sets Othello up for a Jacques kill. Infallible Servitude. That's just a guard. We don't really care about that. One of these bitches is getting his shit uppercut out of him. We're going to go for the double stun. Which we hit. When that guy is stunned, he can't guard. We had to do it because we needed the damage. That's 1 kill, 2 kill when the bleed ticks. Now we just got to worry about these chevaliers. Comes a subterranean skewer, big damage, bleed attack. That guy was stunned, so we don't have to worry about taking that again. Lady Macbeth is probably just going to heal herself.
Unforeseen.
Unforgiving. Hold the light. Oh no! Please don't give people stress. Please don't do that. Resisted the bleed. Unfortunate. Just go straight up for the smite. We got to get some kills here. Lady Macbeth, you're going to cure your own bleed because you need the health, and also because of you get a stack of bleed on you that could be catastrophic at the top of the next round. And we're about to take back-to-back hits here. Subterranean skewer. Anything that hits Malvolio is fine. Flagellants are just indestructible. Yeah, see, Lady Macbeth taking another one is actually quite powerful. So Macbeth heals herself, the flagellant heals themselves. There's a lot of self-healing going on here. Feeling, you know, kind of getting a little bit of a jerking it flair from this. We did that mostly. I mean, that's fatal damage on that guy, but really what we wanted more than the bleed is we just wanted the self-heal. It's a way for us to do damage and get some trivial amount of self-healing. That will definitely kill you. You know what? Let's take some stress relief here. Subterranean skewer for Perdita is fine. Oh man, my voice is rough this episode. I think I've got a phlegm thing going on. It's my fault. You know, I'm a super professional when it comes to the whole YouTube thing, and I drank a glass of milk before I started recording this episode, so I'd be, like, extra phlegmy. There's nothing people love more than listen to you record anything right after a big, hearty glass of milk. Your voice will never sound better or in more top-notch shape than after a gigantic glass of rich, delicious, wholesome vitamin D enriched milk.
A death by inches.
Okay. Hit himself for 4, which is fine. Honestly, what I'd really like to do here, who's the most stress? Othello. So we're gonna eat that stress. I'll take one more shot from this guy. Malvolio's at death's door. We're not too worried about it, actually. He's good at that. Does he get a buff at death's door? He gets a buff from being on death's door? Really? Man, flagellants are the best shit ever. Gonna wreck that dude. Now he has fatal damage. We're no longer on death's door. We got debuffed. That debuff might be from the guy. One of our team does not want to be helped. Well, you can't help somebody who doesn't want to be helped. That's what I always say. And that bleed finishes that man off. No more damage for us, then. 300 gold, 6 crests.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
I mean, I really want to take these crests out of here. And it seems like this time, we're in no danger of running out of food. We're going to have to call this one on account of stress, long before we get to the point where we're going to need more food. I'm curious about what's in this room. Where the way leads past... okay, I think we... So Curio. And 2 battles. We don't know what lies behind... Okay, we're going to leave no stone unturned. That's what we're going to do in the courtyard, then. Since apparently you can find these set items just lying around on the floor, it means that every pathway must be explored, because these set trinkets are just too damn good to pass up, man. And this is really not much of a fight. Ow. That was rude. With a carrion eater, I feel like we can afford to go for some stress relief. Just give me the AoE heal. Flagellant's gonna refuse. If you have somebody who has a significant level of self-healing, I feel like them refusing to be healed is not necessarily that big of a deal. Oh, this guy is hugely blight resistant. Yeah, we should not have done that. We can pray. Honestly, that's good. It marks us. We want Malvolio taking the shot. Each wound is a prayer hurt. Stress is less than good, though. Okay, here comes the munch. I still blame all of this, by the way, squarely on the shoulders of that crocodilian. Don't think I've forgotten what you did to us, crocodilian. Gonna devour stress when already badly stressed and in danger of a heart attack and very injured as well. Solid thinking. 55. You know what? At this point, I want to get out of this fight, so... We are gonna need to kill something eventually. You can't really... If that blight sticks, it's fatal damage on that guy. We can't stick a blight on the carp eater, though. That's gonna hurt. So he heals everybody else every time he goes on Death's Door. It's actually pretty good. And Death's Door again, which did what? So we took Death's Door 3 times there and survived all 3? Let's make sure that doesn't happen again. Flagellants are just straight up like amaze balls good, though. They're ridiculously good. Just ridiculously good. That was a 40-point bleed we hit that guy.
The wounds of war can be healed.
We hit him with a 40-point bleed. 40. 4-0. It's going to take 8 rounds to get all 40 of that damage out, so most of it's going to get wasted. But that's still pretty impressive. Oh, well, we're taking some more punishment. That's fine. It puts us back under half health, so we can get another one of those magic uppercuts off.
A momentary.
We're also going to cure the blight and whatnot. Get rid of that. Oh, God. Oh, he uppercutted on his own. Good. You made the right decision. We didn't stick to bleed, which sucks, but still. We're going to finish that guy off. Perfidious Pete, finishing dudes off since 2014.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a
slow and insidious killer.
killer.
Yeah, I mean, I remembered one. Burn the thronging hive. Treasure. Well, we are in need of treasure, so the dungeon is very nearly done. Some of this stuff I feel like probably needs to go. We're gonna go, I think, do this fight, hit this curio, and then we're gonna walk as far as we can back into the dungeon toward where we left off. And then we're just gonna bail. I love this team. I do. They did a fantastic job on our first trip through the Baron's courtyard here. I gotta say, though, this trip did not go anywhere close to as well. Crocodilians, man. Where's the Steve Irwin class, by the way, Red Hook? Where's my Steve Irwin? Give me a crocodile hunter class who's specifically designed to come in here and kick the shit out of the crocodilian. Yeah, you're dead, man.
Executed.
I mean, we could Jacques, but this guy's already dead, so why bother? Let's just go for the straight... Oh, right, because he was guarding that other man. The Jacques would have hit them both. Digestion, dodged. We don't have to worry about getting whacked with a thirst, because that dude is stunned. So, what can we... I want that guy dead, though. 6. That's fatal damage if the bleed sticks. It did. Stun wears off. Alright, you gotta put some blight on that cat. It really seems like a mosquito should be blight resistant. They are possibly one of the world's worst infectious parasites. They should be resistant to disease. They're a disease vector. Gather into blood, and we're only hoping here that when this guy comes up and throws the thirst at us, he throws it at somebody who already has the crimson. Never mind, we're hoping he throws it at somebody who's already afflicted with the crimson curse, but that ain't a concern no more. He's dead. That's Skank. That's Skank over there. Skank dead. Take your gold and your emerald, too.
Expedition at least
we're getting borderline close to digging ourselves out of our financial hole as well. You know what? I'm just gonna... Okay. You gave us a vial of blood. That was very nice of you, sir. Last time we gave you blood, you gave us jack shit. This time, you gave us blood. We'll take it. I'm backtracking. This is an empty room, so there is literally no reason for us to go down there. We've already scouted it, and we know that it is empty. Or have we scouted it? Yeah, we've scouted it, because if we hadn't scouted it, it would be a blank box. The blood, I must have blood. You're craving. You're also craving. Hunger prompt, which we have exactly enough food to survive one more hunger prompt. Just out of abundance of diligence. Okay, yep. Come down here. So we need to come down and check out this room. That room is empty. We scouted it. We know there's nothing down there. This room, though, we still have no knowledge about. And that's really all I want to get out of the rest of this dungeon, is just go see what's in that room. And then if we can, maybe walk over towards where we left off, so we don't have to take a bunch of stress just from moving around. We're going to need a truckload of stress relief at the end of this. I'm aware I'm unhappy about the situation, but some things cannot be avoided and must be endured. It's going to cost us a pretty penny. A pretty penny. The unfortunate part about that is if it weren't for needing to take time off for stress relief, we could just come out and go right back in. We have 5 invitations to the Baron here. And we're not really going to get enough... I was going to say we're not going to get enough cash and prizes to actually pay for 1 week of stress relief on everybody. But now that I'm looking at it, it's not out of the question. That's 2 covered right there. We got, what, 1,200 gold, 750. So that's... We do actually have enough for everybody. And we'll still have hauled 2 of the special super trinkets out of here for our trouble. So this has been unexciting and dull, because it was mostly a 40-minute crocodilian fight and then 40 minutes of tinkering with 2 corpse eaters while we tried to get people unafflicted, which, as it turns out, since we're doing stress relief anyway, probably wasn't the greatest idea in the universe. I thought it would let us go long... okay. This is probably our final fight, then. Okay, murder this man. Stick to bleed. All right, good. Nobody really needs healed, so...
Be gone, fiend.
What a shot from our girl! 14 damage critical to lead things off is beautiful. Can you give me the stun? Yes!
Another abomination cleansed from our
Alright,
lands.
this guy may be dead before he gets to go, then. Hey, he didn't take his bleed damage. Bleeding more. 10 damage per. About a little blight, sir. You got fatal damage all over you. He dies at the start of his turn?
The
Yep.
bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
How do you like dem apples, kid? Huh? Do you like apples? How do you like dem apples? Stole that from Goodwill Hunting. Pretty sure they probably stole it from somewhere else. When I say they, I mean, Holy Fountain? Just okay. Oh, that's a heal? Oh, it's a heal and a moderate amount of stress relief. If we had any holy water left, we could have pitched it in that fountain, and I think it gives us 30 stress relief. Still, we'll take what we can get. That'll save us 10 walking around stress. You are wasting again. That is the one drawback to these long dungeons is we need like a super abundance of blood. Traveling, you know, we probably would have been better off to just go that way. Looking for the shortest route. I think if we're talking about total tiles traveled, that may have been a little bit shorter. We are going to use blood on Malvolio. I'm just trying to make this last as long as I can. Give me one more room here, Malvolio. Alright, now I will give you the dose of blood that you so desperately crave. Excuse me? Yeah, you don't actually get to refuse to drink blood. I'm sorry. When you've got the Crimson Curse, no, that's a thing that should not be allowed. You don't get to refuse to drink blood. That's game-breakingly stupid. And now you are wasting. Alright, Othello, give me a couple more rooms out of you, and then I guess we'll... I mean, we're just wandering around like assholes. We're getting nothing out of this, and we're wasting precious, precious resources. But the game does remember exactly what tile we were in when we break off. So if we could just make it to that room and do that room battle, that's going to save us a truckload of total stress. I think it's worth it. We get to ignore all the back part of this dungeon. We'll come in with a fresh team, fully stress relieved, ready to do battle. Crocodilian out of the fucking way, most importantly. I'm still real salty about that angry crocodile. Real salty. We'll have the Crocodilian. There's a trap here.
Carelessness will find
Can we get rid of this bleed anyway? Or did we throw all of our bandages on it? We've thrown all of our bandages on the floor. We got these torches. We may as well take the buff. I do plan to do at least one, possibly two more fights. Can't staunch the flow. You weren't using your blood anyway. It's fine. You know what? Hey, if you got a problem with the bleeding there, and you're bleeding everywhere, Malvolio, could you just lick it up? I mean, why let it go to waste there? That should be a thing. If one of your party members is bleeding, other party members with the Crimson Curse should be able to feed on that blood. Or is it like classic vampire meta where other vampires' bloods is like poisonous and or useless to a particular vampire? I wonder what a shovel does to these. Oh! Okay, so shovel. We finally figured it out. A shovel
Otherworldly corruption
handles the blood flowers. So you need there's a lot of there's a lot of interactive
will can overcome a
You know what?
body.
Screw it. It doesn't matter if we get afflicted at this point. Everybody's going in for stress relief between missions anyway. And if we're going to pay for it, the only thing we really have to worry about is heart attacks. Which are going to be probably a bit of an issue. Okay, you restored our boy, resisted your own bleed. I was really hopeful we could start things off with just a thunderous crit to straight up make that man be dead. No dice. Double stun we very much need here. Fantastic. No, no, no! No! Not my girl! And... Yep.
Those who covet
Not Crimson
injury
Curse, though, right?
find
That's
it
the
in
only
no
thing we care
short
about.
supply.
Well, you're gonna be on death's door. And bleeding. Okay. Yep. That's very bad. Othello does have a heal on him. I fear I am lost. Othello's resolve was tested, and he is... We should have left.
Even the aged oak will fall to the tempest's winds.
You know what? You could self-heal for 2 and get yourself off death's door, but I think you're gonna be okay. You do not have fatal damage yet. We'll get rid of that bleed with our plague doctor. And, you know, not after we get hit with the thirst again. Oh, good, he healed. Perfect. Okay. We need this. We're gonna get skewered so many times, though. Perdita throws a big heal at him, which is gonna be definitely not enough. Yep. Buried Blast caught us for 5. We're still holding on. Okay. Now we're not holding on anymore. The Buried Blast does not... Oh, God, our front 2 ranks are both stunned. Subterranean Skewer from Malvolio. Okay, I mean, we're really taking a licking here. Timex brand watches. We're taking a kicking. I just hope we got what it takes to keep on ticking. That heal over time is actually doing some really sincerely good work for us. You guys do not have the stun debuff resist, so let's put you back on lockdown, please. Choice cut. Ouch. I have never seen that attack before. That's actually pretty cool. He's got a big cleaver. Don't do something stupid. You kind of did something stupid, but... AoE heal, please. Jacques. Alright, we have whittled the enemy ranks down by exactly 1 member, so we're taking steps in the right direction. It's gonna hurt. Yep, and the bleed. That's okay, that gives us a double cure chance. We can make maximum effect of our Plague Doctor. And everybody's abusive. Alright. Fantastic.
Mind, fragile, like a robin's egg.
Everybody's afflicted. Perfect. Well, if the bleed sticks, alright, that man is dead. Yeah, you need a bandage. Flame grants you power. Oh, yeah, you know, you're not hurt enough already. Go ahead and just beat yourself with your mace a little bit. That's fine. You weren't damaged enough. I was just thinking we could use a bigger handicap. Yeah, you know what? You wasted your turn. Because you're a jerk-ass. More stress is exactly what we need. Thanks. We could have gone for some stress relief there, but at this point, that's polishing the brass on a Titanic, really? That's gonna leave a mark, and we're gonna get it again, because of course we are. Ow. Okay, can we make some of the chat barks go the fuck away, please? Having 55 barks in a row, I mean, we saw the 75 billion bad things that happened to us. You're gonna refuse to let us get rid of your bleed, and you're going to die on your turn from a bleed. I hate being afflicted more than I hate anything else in this game. Now refuse to be healed, too. Oh, nope, not this time. I mean, you'll be back on death's door at the top of the round. Perfect. That may be enough to get a kill with the bleed. Nope. Perfect. 17-point damage crit. That's just what we needed right now. Why is it when things go badly in Darkest Dungeon, they go as maximally badly as possible in a single instant? And we're getting close to heart attack territory here. The chain of everyone having some manner of affliction is not doing us any fucking favors. Well, you're randomly acting because you're rapturous, but at least you did something intelligent. Perfect. Switching positions with our Plague Doctor is a great idea. For once, we got to control our own character and make them do something useful. And Macbeth is wrecked. We really need to get rid of that bleed before the fight starts, or we're going to have to stop right here. We won't be able to go into this room and fight this battle. Honestly, you know what? I'm kind of thinking that maybe going into that room and fighting that battle is just a genuinely bad idea. You criticaled the wrong dude. You marked yourself. That is a spectacularly poor idea. A little self-damage. You know, a little self-damage there on our flagellant. That's the one time I don't mind somebody hitting themselves. The restoration. Sure. You still get your turn, right? Please kill that man. Okay, what did we get for our trouble? 3 deeds, 2 food, and a vial of blood.
They can be beaten.
So I'm thinking we eat the food. Give me the deeds. I really need I need the blood and the gold. All the torches then. Those go on the floor. Take the blood. I need the 900 gold. Dump that. Take the gold. Restore our party to order. There's a room battle here. Just talk to the lady. Oh, good. Catastrophic. Yeah, we're not going into this fight then. Somebody's gonna drop dead from a heart attack just from stress. So this is it. This is as far as we come. We have pushed our team to their absolute limits. We're going back to the hamlet. But
Ignorance of your enemy and of
I'm really
yourself
upset about the sharpened leather
will
opener. I
invariably
was very
lead to
much
defeat.
looking forward to picking that up. We still picked up 11 grand in cash, which I think at least paid for our investment, and we're gonna net lose some money on that because of the stress relief, but hey, we got a lot of heirlooms out of that particular dungeon. It could have gone considerably better. The one thing that's problematic from sending these guys over and over into the courtyard is they don't actually get EXP from that. Bonus damage and high torchlight is fantastic. Scattering is barely relevant for Malvolio. He has almost no range skills. And everybody gets to go in for stress relief. Perfect.
The poor caretaker.
Juliet has come down from the
Tiberius'
bloodlust. Romeo's
long-standing
controlled his urges
duties
for
here
now.
have
Hippolyta has controlled their urges of the
affected
Crimson
him.
Curse for now. Juliet has come down from the bloodlust. What's the bloodlust? That's like where you drink blood, but you get a buff and you're more powerful as a result, I think. Let's take our stress management to new levels here. A flagellant will only flagellate, so done. That will get rid of basically all of Malvolio's stress. Perdita, what's your bit? You can't gamble. You're obsessed with paranormal. You're clumsy? We actually should probably fix that, except it's too late. It's locked in. Zoophobia. So you will do pretty much anything. Lady Macbeth, you will only drink. Okay, acceptable. Othello, you will only pray, right? You will only pray. So Othello goes to the cloister. Or rather to the transept. Acceptable. Perdita, I think, will take you to the cloister. And Lady Macbeth. Lady Macbeth demands some booze. Let's get that woman some booze. And check the stagecoach, I guess. Please give me an occultist. There is an occultist here. We're taking him. He's clumsy, which is bad. But he's also a clutch hitter, which is good. He has skills that we hate, which is bad. But we can fix that, which is... Okay, you know what? I'm doing the whole... The Frogurt is also cursed bit, and I'm just going to
To
stop.
fight the abyss, one must know it.
Yeah, one must stare into it. One must look long into it, even in a Nietzschean sense. In fact, oftentimes. One must also make a movie about it, about aliens that live underwater. Were they aliens or were they native to Earth? The aliens in the abyss. I don't think they were actually aliens. I think they were from Earth. They just, live 5 miles down in an abyssal trench. They could polymerize water. That movie had a man in it who kept a rat in a bag. It's good bit. I'm also going to wrap up the episode because now I'm just talking about James Cameron. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. If you'd like to see some actual runs on the courtyard, I feel like that one went spectacularly poorly. Maybe next time will be spectacularly goodly because of our previous poor performance. It's like good, bad, sort of like a boy, girl kind of dungeon thing. You want to see that? You know what to do right now. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.